Hey everyone, it is Lori Hoy here, coming to you from my office. I just had a moment that I wanted to come in and share something that I was listening to today. I actually just posted let's rewind a minute. I have in the past shared with you guys umpteen times that I listen to podcasts, books on Audible. I actually read books, have them in my hand and read them. And one of the things that I was listening to today is actually part of the ladies group that I host here on Wednesday evenings. It's a course that I'm taking actually myself, and my sister is facilitating, and it's following the book of The Gifts of Imperfection. Hi, Jerica. Hi, Erica. Hey, your names rhyme. Sorry. Can't help it. It's the teacher in me. So anyway, and I'm going to give you kind of like a little bit of what we do. I'm not going to share the whole thing because the people that participate are actually paying my sister to do the job that she does to be here. And unfortunately, because of the weather, we have canceled the actual meeting face-to-face. We're going to do the entire thing virtually tonight, which will be interesting. We do have people that tune in through Zoom every Wednesday, but because they're from out of state, but it's going to be everybody tonight because we didn't want to worry about the weather, and it seems like it's subsided, which is good. We didn't get as much as we thought, but anyway, I digress. So anyway, what we're discussing tonight is self-compassion, and it's one of the things that in the groups that I host online for the food and fitness groups that I've been doing and the online coaching, and even, oh my goodness, even in my dance fitness class or the people that I run into on a regular basis or friends or whatnot, is that idea of practicing self-compassion. And it seems like when I mention it to certain populations of people, they look at me like, I got four heads or whatever, I'm all woo-woo or whatnot. But I think in the moments where we are at our lowest is when we need to practice the most self-compassion. And one of the things that gets in our way of self-compassion is being a perfectionist. And this is something I guess I was going to say I'm a recovering perfectionist, but I don't even think that's the right terminology. I still, in certain areas of my life, like things a certain way and feel if it doesn't happen that way, that it's not good or it's not the right thing to do, or my husband just looked in the window of my office. But anyway, so perfectionism can seep into your household. It can be passed down to your kids. And I'm actually seeing that right now with my own child and certain things that he does. Now, is it something that I see in every aspect of his life? No. And it doesn't run in every aspect of my life. There are certain things that I do that I really couldn't care. Like my house, there are people that I know and I love dearly that when I go to their homes, there's not a thing out of place. It looks like it's never been lived in, and the house is 25 years old, and that they're clean, and I'm not going to get into like OCD, but it's just, I think of them as being a perfectionist in the sense that everything has to have its place, and if it's not in place, they're going to be judged about that. And so one of the ideas that we're going to be discussing tonight, and that I was listening to in the podcast, or not on the Audible on tape, Audible this morning, was the idea of perfectionism versus healthy achieving. And I really like the distinction between those two things. And so since I shared that clip with the girls in my online food and fitness group, I wanted to just come in and share it with you guys because I feel it's really important in everyone's life. So I'm going to talk to the ladies right now. And I'm not saying that, gentlemen, you don't feel these things. I don't know what you guys say to each other or say to yourselves because I don't think you guys tend to share that as much. Maybe you share it with your significant other, and maybe you don't. So I'm not going to speak to you right now, but I hope it resonates with you, and maybe it'll help you find the terminology or the ability to share it with your loved one if you're feeling this way. So when I think about health and fitness, because that's what I do and that's where I'm going to go right now, the perfectionist will see it this way. Okay, this is the difference. So I want you to think about whether you are a perfectionist or a healthy achiever, or whether you feel like you think you can get yourself to that point, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be more the healthy achiever than the perfectionist. And so one of the things that she says is this is the scenario, okay? Someone that is struggling with their health and wellness, in the perfectionist's eyes, they're always saying, nothing fits, I look ugly, I'm fat, I can't even read my own writing. I wrote some notes because it was so right. It was a difficult doing things because of the way I feel. Where the healthy achiever says things like, I want this for me, I want to be better, and I want to be healthier, regardless of what happens when they look in the mirror. So I want you to take a minute or 30 seconds, because I know if I stay on here more than 10 minutes, you guys are going to fall asleep, and I get it. I want you to think about where you are in that spectrum, because I also agree with, and the book is The Gifts of Imperfection with Brene Brown, and she says that everybody is on the continuum of perfectionism. So where they start out being, everything has to be a certain way, and the perfectionist all the way down. And I think we are all on that continuum of perfectionism. So I want you to think about where you are in that. And if in your health and wellness right now, I really want you to focus on that for right now, because that's what I do. That's what I love to talk about. And I'm not judging. Please don't think that. It's not that at all. But I was there. And I even still catch myself, even though I've been on this journey. And I only say 3 years, but really the coaching journey's been 3 years. My health and wellness journey has been since I've been a child. I really, truly believe that. When I started to take it serious was in 2011, when I did something outside of my comfort zone and became a fitness instructor, which never in a million years did I ever feel that I would ever do that. I mean, thinking back, it was never on my radar. It was never in my little school book of what I want to be when I grow up. I didn't have dance fitness instructor in there. I wanted to be a teacher. Okay, got that. I think I wanted to be a singer. Haven't done that yet. Never too late. Never too late to take voice lessons. I just sing along with the songs that I dance to. That's basically it. And I don't even know all the words to those. And oh, by the way, this lovely, healthy achieving do is so it's contributed to snow, big hood, and shoveling. If you didn't see my Instagram stories this morning, oh man. So those of you out there that had to shovel snow today, I salute you, because I was there with you, not loving it. So anyway, it's really important to, in those moments where you put on maybe a piece of clothing you haven't worn in a while and it doesn't fit you the same and it's snug, is that you practice a little bit of that self-compassion and think about what you would say if it was your friend, your good friend, that, maybe you were getting ready together to go out. We girls do that. Guys, I know you don't. We get together sometimes and get all dressed up and go out. And if your friend put on those pair of jeans that were a little snug and they started to say those things to out loud, what would you say to them? Would you say, "Oh my gosh, nothing fits you. That looks ugly on you. You look fat." Would you say that to your friend? I hope you wouldn't. I hope you would be a lot nicer, and I think you would be. I know I would be. I would not say those things. I would want to encourage them to explore why they feel that way. So why aren't we asking ourselves to explore those things when we look in the mirror at ourselves and might see something that we don't feel, and I don't want to say perfect, because that doesn't exist, but doesn't feel right to us? What are we saying to ourselves? And then I also want to reach out to those of you that are moms. And when you're saying those things out loud, who's standing there hearing you say it? Whether are you saying to yourself in the mirror, I'm beautiful, I'm healthy, I'm loved? Are you saying those things, or do you have your family members hearing you say the things that you wouldn't want to say to someone else about themselves? So it was really touching today to hear about, hi Holly, just sharing a little bit about what I learned today. Then we're going to talk about it a little later. But where are you in that? Are you someone that sees all the flaws and you don't ever give yourself a break? Or do you give yourself a little bit of grace and self-compassion and know that you just want to take the steps to become a better person all the way around? I'd love to hear from you, what your thoughts are on that. I mean, I know I still struggle today and every day. It is a daily battle for me not to be a perfectionist at everything. And I don't know. I guess it's something I need to explore to see where that came from. Hi, Barb. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where that stemmed from in my youth. Because right now, I feel like I'm taking steps to let all that stuff go and just enjoy and live and breathe through the moments that are difficult. So anyway, excuse me. I hope you guys all had a great Wednesday. I hope that you have a better Wednesday evening. And that's all I have for today. I hope that resonated with some of you and that you'll share some of your thoughts. All right. Have a great Wednesday evening, and I will see you tomorrow.